Okay, let's move into the second demo. And what we're going to put together here is I'm going to have Skynet monitor my conversation, and then when I try to fly the UAV in the room, it's going to say, no, you can't, and it's going to land it for me. At the same time, I'm going to record the entire session through the AI so that the AI can then store it as a macro command or a maneuver, so to speak. I'm going to mix in some commands to PowerPoint at the same time, and then play it all back with the AI cloud service flying the drone for me. It really leads us into areas where we can record, where we can teach computers to do things without having to code them. We just tell them what to do. They can record it as a maneuver and then do it whenever they need to based on the context. All right, so let's get started there. And really what we're looking at is we want to go here. Computer record commands as Omega 1.
Affirmative.
Computer start PowerPoint.
Please specify how you would like to proceed, sir.
And here's our architecture. What I call this the significant architectural use case. And here's the top level theme in thinking about how we put things together. So on the left, I have peers, so people or artificial intelligences that want to be activated as external modules, either through the Kinect device or Skynet or the Whopper. And then they all interact with the command processor and the device message queue to tell different devices what to do. And in fact, that's the implemented architecture we have here. Sorry. Okay. Skynet, load drone.
Diagnostic complete. Sensors are functioning.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. A little bit of a threading problem for sound, but we've got it loaded. Skynet, start drone.
Affirmative.
Okay, we look like we're in business there with the drone. And let's look at it like that. Skynet, take off drone.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Skynet, shut down drone.
Command functions are offline.
Computer end PowerPoint.
Command functions are offline.
Computer end recording.
Affirmative.
Okay, so I just, like I said, I recorded an entire sequence of commands as a macro set, and I included commands both for the slide presentation while just opening and closing PowerPoint, and that also included commands for a maneuver of my drone. So the next thing we want to do is play back those, and we have that ready to go here as an input command from me through the Kinect device. And if this all works according to plan, what's going to happen is that our Skynet AI is going to take over control of my computer. It's going to start PowerPoint. It's going to fly the maneuver in the drone, which is a simple one, take off and land, and then it's going to close PowerPoint back down and be complete. So we just need to issue the command to Skynet to play it back. And we can do that here. You can see my drone is now on the ground, and it should be ready to go. Okay. Skynet, playback recording Omega 1. That's because I gave it the wrong command. I apologize. Computer, playback recording Omega 1.
Affirmative.
I gave it a 10-second interval, so I'm just going to let it run, and I'll be silent for a minute. What you want to be watching is this guy right here in playback mode, and that's running with the Skynet.
Please specify how you would like to proceed, sir.
Diagnostic complete. Sensors are functioning.
That thing is still causing a problem.
Affirmative.
We've started the drone. See if it can take it off.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Command functions are offline. Command functions are offline.
Okay. So computer start presentation. Oh, wrong command. It's not going to like that. Computer start PowerPoint. Computer start PowerPoint.
Please specify how you would like to proceed, sir.
Computer start presentation. Computer start presentation. Computer next slide. Computer next slide. Computer next slide. Computer next slide. Okay, so what we saw there was kind of the de facto, I would say, well, not the de facto, that's crazy, but anyways, an architecture in which peers can interact and converse with each other, and one can learn from another. In this particular case, I'm going to move this guy out of the way because I'm not using it right at the minute. I simply kind of said that I need some semantics and some strategy for getting all the pieces to work together. So that's really, when we talk about this guy that you saw before, so in communications.generic namespace, the command event arcs. And what they do, especially through the instructions property right here, is allow multiple sets of different types of things to be passed and forth, back and forth between peers and devices. And that's exactly what's happening here, because devices share the command set, and AIs or the Kinect input device, which represents me, also share it. So the demo, and I'm quite happy with the demo, because it shows that I can take, and it's an advanced algorithm. I can involve it directly in my conversations. It can evaluate my conversations. It can record my conversations. It can take pieces of my conversations as particular maneuvers, and then it can play it back. And in that case, I've got certainly an AZURE Cloud service controlling and driving my drone. Simple maneuver, but certainly I can go a lot further along that lines. But it validates the architecture. And the computer previous slide. Computer previous slide. In that I can have lots of different peers available and working, whether it's the US Enterprise, Skynet, or me interacting with each other. And then they can all use the same centralized architecture to instance different modules and work with them. And then they can also directly access the devices down the line. And there's no limit in the number of devices that they can communicate or the number of AI, because they're just simply peers.